This one for some reason feels less sturdy as I'm trying to move it. Hello, my name is Reagan and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video that I wanted to film for a long time. It's my TBR tower video. Basically all the books that I have in my physical to be read pile. First things first, let's move this ladder out of the way. Now that we have the ladder moved, I feel like we should just get right into the video. Here are all the books on my physical TBR. These two stacks, I call them my TBR towers because they're like pretty tall. That's why I call them a tower. So I'm just gonna go through each tower and tell you all the books I have that I need to read. Sitting right next to me, you can't see how tall it is, but it's pretty much as tall as I am, is my first tower to go through. And they're in no specific order. Also, I would like to say that normally I go into books with like no clue whatsoever what they're about. So if I'm giving you no information about these, I'm sorry. First, here we have The X-Hex by Aaron Sterling. I really don't know what it's particularly about. I found it at a used bookstore, so I bought it and I'm really excited to read it. Next is So You Want to Talk About Race by Ijeoma Alu. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. It looks like a really informative read and I also got it from a used bookstore. So it has like people's underlined passages in it and I thought that would be really cool to read like along with somebody as they underline their favorite passages. Then we have Electric Idol by Katie Robert. I read the first one over my spring break, which was Neon Gods. I really liked it, so I bought the second one. Sticker is still on it. Then we have The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang, one of my favorite booktubers. I don't think she still does booktube anymore, but Jamie from Jamie Reads loved this series and I really need to read it. It doesn't look like a long book, but this is almost 500 pages. They're what I call Bible pages, which is where they're really thin. Next I have Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. This one's about Greek mythology. That's all I know about it and I really like books with Greek mythology. I have no idea the story of Ariadne, so I'm excited. Then I have The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater. I read The Raven King. Is that what it's called? The Raven King? The Raven Cycle series by her. It was okay. I didn't really love it, but this one I got at a used bookstore and I felt like it'd be more my vibe. Also kind of a fun read because I think it's more for younger children. Then I have The Maze Runner by James Dashner. I love the movies. Can I say Dylan O'Brien? He's right on the cover, and this dude. I don't know what his name, both literally the three main characters. And Dylan O'Brien on the back. I got this from a used bookstore too. I need to read it. Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas. I haven't read The Tower of Dawn. I need to read that too. That's going to be in the other tower, but I need to read the last two in the series. This one is a hefty book. 900, almost 1,000 pages. I did take a huge break from the series, but I need to pick it back up because I did like it, even though it's problematic. Another book from the used bookstore, The Odyssey by Homer. I have a feeling I'm going to read this at some point in my life soon. And when I saw the cover at the used bookstore, I immediately picked it up because look at this cover. It is gorgeous. I need to read this at some point. Dial A for Aunties by Jessie Q. Satanto. A cute little romance that I can read on the beach. Just love the cover, love the vibes. Need to read. Ninth House by Lee Bardugo. I tried to pick this up one time and I just couldn't. I just couldn't, but I'm going to pick it up eventually and I'm going to like it eventually. Scavenge the Stars by Tara Sim. I got this when I still had Owl Crate. Most of my hardcover books are actually from when I had Owl Crate. I got this from that and I need to read it because I've heard good things and I like this cover. Vicious by V.E. Schwab. You might be wondering to yourself, why does it look like you've read it because of all the tabs? And that is because I read half of it. I was reading it for a school project and then the school project was due and I didn't finish the book, so I didn't finish reading it. But I need to because I liked it, like I had fun. I've read some for other books. They're a little heavy for me in the summer. I will finish it eventually. The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse by Charlie McCary. I got this for Christmas from my grandparents. I think I've read it actually. I just don't know why it's down here on this pile, but it's a cute little children's book. Then we have Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. I bought this like the pop-up version of it, a little pop-up book. Some like things in it that are really beautiful, like artwork wise. This is another Owl Crate book. The Bone House is by Emily Lloyd Jones. I just haven't. I don't know. I'm gonna read it at some point, but I don't particularly need to get it anytime soon. Then we have Horrid by Katrina Lino. This cover is beautiful. On the back, there's like a rope of hair, so maybe this is a Rapunzel retelling. I'm really not sure. Or Sleeping Beauty, maybe both. So the roses, I don't know. Another Owl Crate book. I will get to it at some point. The Bone Crier's Moon by Catherine Purdie. Beautiful cover. Owl Crate edition. Beautiful sprayed edges. Now this cover. This is gorgeous. Again, with the gold sprayed edges. Owl Crate really pops off with the sprayed edges. Goddess in the Machine by Laura Beth Johnson. Couldn't tell you anything about this book. When Andrea wakes up, she's drowning. I feel like I would like this book once I read it, but I just have to get myself to read it. That's the thing. Another gorgeous cover. More gorgeous edges. These are purple. Another Owl Crate book. Another fantasy that I know I will most likely enjoy. I just have to get to it. Do you see a theme here? Are you seeing a pattern? Then we have An Ember in the Ashes by Sabatier. I read this on audio and I really loved it. And then I got to like the rest of the series and I felt myself like not understanding it because I read it on audio and I feel like I didn't give it justice when I read it on audio. So I bought the physical copy and I am going to read the physical copy when it's not summer because I can't do fantasy in summer. Then we have Incendiary by Zorita Cordova. I really am butchering these authors' names. I apologize. Another Owl Crate book. Another one that I feel like I would like, just haven't gotten to. And last in this tower is Legendborn by Tracy Deon. I know that I'm gonna love this book. I just know it. It is very popular in the YA genre, very much dark academia. I just haven't read it. It's summer. What can I say? So I'm gonna put all these back and then we're gonna get to our next tower. This one for some reason feels less sturdy as I'm trying to move it. Next tower. If you watch my book shopping with me video, I will link either down or at the end. I bought this recently from Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata. I know it's a slow burn. I know it's about figure skating. I know it's brother's best friend's brother, something like that. But I will read it. Mariana Zapata is famous for her slow burns, so I'm excited. Things We Never Got Over. Another thick one. I know this is about somebody's twin sister who's evil, drops off her child. She has to take care of this child. Oh, it's by Lucy Score, if I didn't say that. Got a poetry collection, The Princess Saves Herself in this one by Amanda Lovelace. This is from my local used bookstore. This cover is gorgeous. The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender. This is by Leslie Walton. I've heard some mixed reviews about this, but it's more of like a literary fiction. Close up. In this stack, there's a bunch of books that my aunt gave me, so they're not books I would normally choose. I don't really know anything about them, but I kept them, and one of them was actually Educated by Tara Westover. If you watched my May wrap up, my aunt gave that to me and it was phenomenal. Maybe I will like some of them, who knows. I actually have no idea what any of these are other than the title, so if I come upon them in the stack, I will let you know. Christmas in London by Anita Hughes. Another one for my aunt. Olive Kiteridge by Elizabeth Strout. There's a sticker on it. Another one for my aunt. Mennonite in a Little Black Dress by Rhonda Jansen. It's a memoir. The Highest Tide by Jim Lynch. Another one for my aunt. Just Mercy by Brian Stevenson. Another one for my aunt. I've actually heard a lot of good things about this, I think it's about racial injustice, possibly? Don't know. Another one for my aunt. The Art of Possibility by Rosamund Stone Zander and Benjamin Zander. The Good Lord Bird by James McBride. Another one for my aunt. I also like this cover. Don't know what it's about. Blame It on the Mistletoe by Beth Gerard. I bought this around Christmas time to do like a Christmas readathon. I ended up not reading it, but I will next Christmas. It's actually June, but An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. I like Hank Green a lot. His TikTok videos, his writing, everything. He is so funny to watch on TikTok. I can't. But I've heard really good things about this book. It explores social media and I think like social media fame. So this next one, I'm ashamed to even admit that I have. I promise I didn't buy it. My sister bought it. She read it and then she hates having books in her room, but she likes reading specifically these type of books. This is actually a book that was written on Wattpad and then published. So you can buy the physical copy. I put it here because she left it in my room and I was like, I might as well read it for a laugh, but I just haven't read it yet. The Italian Kitten Meets the Russian Wolf by Grace Regal. Yeah. Skipping Christmas by John Grisham. My grandmother gave me this and she said around Christmas time last year and she was like, Reagan, you should read this, it's really cute. And I was like, okay. And so I still haven't read it, but I will again Christmas time eventually. John Grisham is a really popular writer among the older generations. I don't believe this will be my type of book, but I will read it and I will tell my grandmother I read it. Lore by Alexandra Bracken. I've heard very good things about this one. It's Greek mythology-esque, something similar to the Hunger Games. Bind Your Fate to Mine. Ooh, I have a little romance, forced proximity, something. I don't know, it's really big, but I will read it and I will like it, I know. The Chaos of Standing Still by Jessica Brody. This is a romance about so these two people meet at the airport in the snowstorm and they fall in love. So it's like not insta-love-ish, but kind of, because they're only in there for a short period of time. But it's like on New Year's Eve or maybe Christmas Eve or something like that. So another wintry book that I will not be reading until winter. So it's just gonna sit in my stack as I buy more books that I'm also gonna put in my stack. Verity by Colleen Hoover with the Target sticker on it. I bought it. Don't know why I thought it was a romance book. So one thing you need to know about me is that I am an insane scaredy cat. Like, I've watched one horror movie in my life. I still have nightmares about it to this day. It's about the guy with the split personality and I was horrified. I'm actually terrified to read this, so I don't know when I will be, but somebody's gonna have to force it on me because I'm so scared. Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. I've heard a lot about this. I know nothing about it. I just know I like the cover and it's really floppy. You probably think that Aled Last and I are going to fall in love or something since he is a boy and I'm a girl. I just wanted to say we don't. That's what's on the back of the book. I have no idea. I'm gonna read it. Here's the one I was talking about earlier, Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. I will get to it. I will do it. It's just so long and the people that I want to be reading about are just not in this book. So I need to get through it so I can get to Kingdom of Ash. Renegades by Marissa Meyer. I read this on audio. I liked it. Bought the physical copy. I'm going to try and reread it eventually. It's about superheroes. But I think this series is actually really cool and different. It's like unlike any sci-fi fantasy book I've ever read. It feels very childish, but not in a bad way. Like childish in the way that superhero toys do. Romeo and Juliet by Shakespeare. I was supposed to read this when I was a freshman in high school and then COVID happened, so I never got to read it. Because I like Shakespeare. I really do. Like, I enjoy reading Shakespeare. I just enjoy it more when there's like a class of people suffering through it with me. It also has a bunch of underlined and like notated stuff on it. Nevernight by J. Kristoff. This cover is gorgeous, so when I do get to it, I know I will like it, but I need to be in the mood for some like dark, heavy fantasy. People we meet on vacation. Already read it, bought it physically, need to read it again. I liked Beach Read by Emily Henry. I loved Book Lovers. This one I remember being kind of on the same plane as Beach Read. It was okay. Hood Feminism by Nikki Kendall. I just need to be in the right mindset or I will not be able to comprehend this book as much as I need it to benefit from it the most. And I should be learning from it. Like, that's the goal when I read these types of books, is to learn. Last one, Untamed by Glennon Doyle. I don't know what this is about. This is one that my aunt gave me. I like the cover. It's really pretty. Let me put these back. The goal is for these piles to look as aesthetic as possible while they do actually hold all the books I need to read. Thank you for watching. I need to leave. Go follow my socials down below. I'll see you later. Goodbye.